Hey y'all, it's Sydney Screams, and today's video is brought to you by Sinnovator. I've talked about them before, and I'm excited to talk about them today, but I will admit that I selected a product for myself that did not work for me, and I was super disappointed by this. I am not a huge fan of magic wand style vibrators. For me and my body, they are just way too strong. The contact point is way too big. I just prefer a smaller, more pinpointed contact point. And I can handle the power as long as it's a small contact point, not a wide or broad contact point. So because of that, if I'm going to use a magic wand, I want to use it with wand attachments. I love wand attachments. I've tried a few from the wand. I feel like there are more, but I've tried some like grinders that a wand can fit into, which is also really cool. I wanted to try more. I wanted to try more wand attachments because having magic wands just kind of sitting around my house feels wasteful, if I'm being honest. And so I set out to find more wand toppers. And I ordered from Sinnovator in I think November of 2025, and it was my first time working with them. I'd worked with their sister company, Uncover Creations, for several years now, I guess, and I was very excited to see a wand topper on Sinnovator's website, and so I ordered a wand topper from Sinnovator. I think this is the only active design that they have for their wand toppers. They have a second design or second and third design, but I think they are discontinued models. So I got the one that was still available, the Deep Sensations wand topper. It is designed to fit on the head of a magic wand. According to Sinnovator, the Deep Sensations wand topper should work with the original magic wand, Lalo magic wand, Doxy magic wand, the full-size magic wands basically that have a head size and shape similar to the original magic wand or the original magic wand rechargeable, which is this one. It did work on my Le Wand rechargeable. It didn't work on all of the wands because some of the wands have smaller heads than others, even if they're a full-size wand. It's how it is. It's how it is. But I chose the Deep Sensations wand topper because I do enjoy wand toppers. It's one of the only ways that I really truly enjoy using wands in my personal life. And I was disappointed by it. I really was. And it sucks. It sucks because I genuinely had high hopes for this baby. I really, really did. I hate being disappointed, especially when I disappoint myself in terms of like, I selected this in hopes that I would love it. And then I didn't. And that sucks. Okay. Before I get into the why, though, let's talk a little bit more about the Deep Sensations wand topper. It's available in one size and one size only, and it is pretty freaking hefty. It's a hefty wand topper. Like, I can't even wrap my hand all the way around it. It just doesn't work. It is highly textured. It's got little ticklers on the insertable end as well as the external surface contact point. And in theory, you should be able to attach this. Some people like to use a little bit of lube. I don't usually. You attach this, and then this side goes internally, and this side is supposed to hit like your vulva, your perineum, whatever anatomy you have. In theory, this should hit that. Great. Love it. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. But this is how it is designed to be used. So you would insert this bit, and then externally you've got the ticklers to rub up against or grind up against, and all is goed. All is goed. There's my tiny bit of Dutch, okay? The Deep Sensations wand topper is available with 3 different firmness options, and I selected the 10A medium firmness because I wanted something nice and firm to insert. I wanted this big bulbous end to just fill me up. And it did do that. But That's kind of all it did for me personally. The 10A firmness that I selected has very little squish. It is not very bendy, squishable, any of those things. And it is still very floppy. Just because the neck is quite thin itself. So there is a total length of 9.8 inches or 24.9 centimeters, an insertable length of 7.8 inches or 19.8 centimeters, a head circumference of 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters, and a shaft circumference of 3.1 inches or 7.9 centimeters. This head is very big. It's very big. I read the dimensions and I know my limits, and this was technically at the higher end of my limits, especially if I wasn't doing any stretching prior. It's just a lot. It's a lot to handle. And it did feel really good inside of me, but I couldn't really get much else going for me. For me, my anatomy, when this was inserted, I couldn't really thrust. It just wasn't really designed for that with the wand, in my opinion. I don't think it was designed to be thrusted with. I think it was kind of designed for more of a cock-warming sensation, which is great. I love cock-warming. It just, that was it for me. That was it for me. I could have used this without using a wand and been totally fine. Totally fine. Because for me, it's just, I couldn't get it to thrust, so I couldn't get like the ticklers to really do much inside of me. Sure, they felt good during insertion, but then once they're there, they're not doing anything without any movement, and so, and then the other thing was the external ticklers didn't sit against my anatomy in a way that worked for my anatomy. I genuinely thought that I would be kind of like this, kind of like a lot of dual stimulators tend to be, specifically dual stimulators for someone with a vulva. I thought it was going to be great. I really, really did. And it doesn't hit, the external texture doesn't hit against my anatomy correctly for a few different reasons. So when I was using this, I am holding it, I have to hold the handle away from myself for the texture to rub up against my vulva, which my vulva isn't the most sensitive to begin with, but my thought process here was I would have the little ticklers to rub up against, the vibrations would be traveling through, I would still enjoy it. That's not, for me to use the external, I had to hold the handle away from myself, which I've got short arms. I've got grip issues in one hand. I'm still dealing with tendonitis in the other hand. Holding a wand away from myself is fucking challenging. I've got short arms, big belly. My body is working against me, but so is this. So is the wand attachment itself. For me to use it and have that texture against myself, literally I had to hold the wand away from me. I would use my legs to hold this together, which is fine, but this long of a piece is also not the most comfortable. So, of course, I had my wife try it too, because she loves the magic wand. That is her go-to. This is hers, actually. It is not mine. This is hers, and she loves the magic wand. It is her go-to toy for all masturbatory purposes. It's her go-to toy when I'm like topping her. It's her go-to toy, and so she was also excited for this, for that internal stimulation, that nice feeling of fullness, which that is good. That we can both agree that the feeling of fullness is nice and it's there. But there's no texture on the stem or the neck, however you want to refer to this, the shaft, whatever. There's no texture. Boring for someone with a sphincter who wants as much texture stimulation as possible. This has none. For her, it was a similar issue of she wanted to grind against this, and with me holding it like between her legs, this inserted into her, I was able to use it that way. But for her to use it on her own, she ran into the same issue where her holding it like this just didn't work for her. It didn't work for either of us, and that sucks. But there is, in my opinion, a solution, and that is for Sinnovator, unfortunately, to remold this. And when they remold it or redesign it, remaster it, whatever, they would move or extend this external texture forward. That's all it would take for me, literally, to be able to use the external texture easily and comfortably as someone who is short arm, big belly, disabled here. All I would need is the texture moved forward or extended forward, because for me, my body is hitting this side of the wand, not the top of the wand. Maybe some people can do that, but I can't. And so I need that texture moved forward. That's the solution in my semi-professional opinion. Beyond that, the texture isn't bad. It is very stimulating in the 10A firmness, but what is less good is there is a very, very noticeable seam line that runs, hopefully y'all can see this, all the way around the toy, literally all the way around. And it is neither trimmed very well, it is not, I mean, it doesn't bother me that it's straight or not, it's not straight, but it bothers me that it's there and that it is so incredibly noticeable. And it's probably just the matter of like the mold type. It sucks. If you have to use a 2-part mold, you're gonna have a seam line. I get it. But I guess I expected a better seam line than what I got, because it is fairly raised here. It's fairly tacky in my opinion. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because I really thought that both Cassie and I would love the Deep Sensations wand topper, and neither of us did. It's super, super disappointing, and I genuinely feel a little like embarrassed, guilty, those types of emotions for selecting something from a company and specifically requesting it, or in the case of Sinnovator, I basically build my own shopping cart. They give me a coupon code, I enter it in, and then my order is sent to me for free. Love it. Thanks Sinnovator for being an influencer, or partnering with me on like an influencer affiliate basis like that. I really love it, because for me it gives me the same like customer experience as if I was actually buying from them, right? Rather than getting free stuff. And I like that because then I get to experience what it's like as a customer. It's nice. It's nice. But I feel embarrassed when I select a toy and it just does not work for me. It does not feel good to me. It does not do what I think it's gonna do. I feel bad. I feel bad because like someone else maybe would love this. But it just was not for me, for my anatomy. It wasn't for Cass or Cass's anatomy either. And for whatever record is necessary here, I have a vulva, Cassie has a penis. She is a prostate, she is a trans woman. I have a vulva. I have a vulva. Gender is weird. I have a vulva. But it could have been better. It could have been better, and I just feel bad for selecting something that ultimately did not work for me. Beyond the actual whether it worked for me or not, the seam line I think could be better. I also think the cut line here on the base could be better. It looks a little sloppily, hastily cut. They could have done a better job. But it does exist. It does exist. And you are able to customize your firmness option. You're able to customize your color option. I opted for a single color infusion red, which is not the signature red that, like, if you go on their site, whatever colors you see in the pictures, that is the signature coloration. The signature coloration is also red, but it is like a deep ruby red, whereas this is, they call it the fusion red. And it does have shimmer. It is very nice. I like the color overall. It's pretty. I really wish I could have made this work for me because I want more wand toppers. I really do. I want more wand toppers, and I'm just sad that this one doesn't work for me. It is also slightly challenging to clean. All of those little textures and bumps, you got to get through all of them. I cannot clean this without using a soft toothbrush to do it, which does suck because I want to just be able to wash it. I just want to be able to wash it with my hands, you know? It is made with platinum cure silicone, so it is, in theory, easy to wash. It's just the texture is what makes it more challenging. To wash it, all you need is warm water and an unscented antibacterial soap that does not contain any silicone. Just check the ingredients list for anything that ends in cone, C-O-N-E, and if you see that, skip it. However, Uncover Creations is Sinnovator's sister company, and Uncover Creations does offer the option that if you use silicone lube with their products and it ruins their products, they will send you a replacement for free. I assume Sinnovator does the same thing. I haven't actually looked into it, but I would assume so because, well, you could just buy this from Uncover Creations website because they cross-sell products there, and then you could have the same issue covered, you know? But yeah, I am disappointed. I think it could be remedied if Sinnovator wanted to do that. Like I said, moving the texture forward, extending the texture forward would do a world of good for someone like me who just cannot hold a wand parallel to my body. I need that perpendicular wand placement. So yeah, disappointing, but you know what? You live and you learn. So I do not have a coupon code for Sinnovator. However, if you would like to shop their site, I would very much appreciate if you used my affiliate link that I'll drop in the description below, because when you use my affiliate link, I do earn a small commission, and with those small commissions, it helps power my blog, sydneyscreams.com, and it also helps me invest in more sex toys to review so that I can help you find sex toys that may or may not work for you. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm very sorry to Sinnovator / Uncover Creations for selecting a toy that ultimately did not work for me. I really wanted it to. I really wanted it to, and like, I've never had an issue quite like this with any toys from Uncover Creations. This was one of my first toys that came from Sinnovator. It's my second toy that I've reviewed from them, but I've had this since, I think, end of December, maybe beginning of January, around in there. But yeah. Dang. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to drop your comments below. Let me know, have you tried the Deep Sensations wand topper? Did it work for you and your anatomy? What made it work for you and your anatomy? I'm very, very curious to hear other people's opinions, because my opinion is not the end-all be-all, and I want more people to know about different opinions when it comes to sex toys. That's why I do reviews, so I can help you find sex toys that will hopefully work for you. Thank you again to Sinnovator for sending me this. I'm sorry it did not work for me. If you want me to give you more suggestions for how you could make it work for me, let me know. I'm here. I'm happy to chat, whatever. Thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Use my affiliate links to purchase from Sinnovator or any company that I recommend or don't recommend but still review, whatever. Please use those links. It means a lot to me. It really helps me out, and I'm very, very thankful for the people that do use my links. So check out Sinnovator. Again, I'll drop the link in my description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Sydney Talks Toys.